the Kipon Ibelux 40mm f/0.85 Mark II. It is designed to cover Super 35 sensors, and at this time it might be the fastest lens you can buy for the format. The first time you pick up this lens, you immediately realize that this is not like any of your other lenses. It is surprisingly heavy, weighing 1,181 grams, and you can feel the sheer amount of glass that is necessary to get the f/0.85 on Super 35. The lens is fully manual and has a very sturdy metal build. Unusual is the metal lens cap that screws on and that the iris ring is in front of the focus ring. As fast lenses tend to flare, the lens has a built-in metal sun hood. It is available in Sony E, Leica L, Fuji X, EOS M and Micro Four Thirds mounts and costs around $1,500. We have the Mark II version, but by the time you watch this, the Mark III version with improved mechanics should be available. We think that the mechanics on the Mark II are already very good. When shooting with the lens wide open, the first thing you realize is that it produces strong oval flares with practical lights. An interesting effect, but if you have many sources like in a candlelight setup, the flares can easily overwhelm the scene. Close focus is 75 centimeters, quite far. The flares go away when you close the lens down to f1.4. At this speed, it's only as fast as normal fast primes, but very sharp. Wide open, images look much better in indirect light. The images are extremely bright and the highlights blooming is relatively low for such a high speed, making the Ibelux the perfect lens for ultra-low light shootings when combined with a sensitive camera. To try that in a real-life scenario, we waited for the night to fall. While a city is never really pitch black, the path we are filming here is so dark that one has to be cautious not to stumble over things. Let's put this into perspective. This is what an iPhone 7 Plus can see with this kind of light. Something close to nothing. And this is what a Sigma 18-35 boosted to f1.2 can do on a GH5. With a whooping 12,800 ISO, we get something like an image that is beyond anything usable or repairable. Now, let there be light. Quite impressive, and if you think, hey, you just shot that earlier when the sun was still up, the light that the jogger is wearing is a dead giveaway that this is not the case. Again, we see the typical flares that the Ibelux produces when a light shines into it. Just illuminating my face with a 7-inch display mount on the camera gives us already a good enough exposure to film something that looks decent. The phone's flashlight will overexpose by a landslide. Bokeh looks beautiful, and the sharpness in this lighting condition is nothing short of breathtaking. The Mavo does a fantastic job, even at 10,240 ISO, with very low noise in a practically dark scene. No noise reduction was applied, and all we have is a mild film-like grain. Some will say, yeah, nice, and why don't you light your scenes, noob? I can best imagine using this lens and camera combination in war zones, or filming large nocturnal predators, or for low-profile documentary spying on criminals. So, dear questioner, please light your scene. I can't wait to see the results.